We're going to be moving into the book of 1 Timothy today. This is Paul's letter to Timothy. And right off the bat, there seems to be a concern for false doctrine. And the false doctrine that he would speak of would be those that were in the church in some manner who were teaching things that were simply not true. Now he says this in 1 Timothy 1 verse 3. He said, I urged you when I was going to Macedonia to remain at Ephesus so that you may charge certain persons not to teach any different doctrine, nor to devote themselves to myths and endless genealogies which promote speculations rather than stewardship from God that is by faith. The aim of our charge is love that issues from a pure heart and a good conscience. Certain persons, by swerving from these, have wandered away into vain discussions, desiring to be teachers of the law without understanding either what they are saying or the things about which they are making confident assertions. Throughout the book of 1 Timothy and even 2 Timothy, there was a concern for false doctrine. And the same concern would be with us today, that we need to make sure that we are putting ourselves under teaching that is in accordance with the Word of God. Teaching that is driving us to deeper faith in Christ, not to a deeper faith in ourselves. Teaching that is allowing us to begin to talk about the mighty deeds of God and not to speculate and to move into vain discussions. And that was the overflow. If you really want to know if teaching is true or false, look at the overflow. What is it causing in the life of the listener? Is it causing a deeper love for God and His Word, or is it causing a deeper love for self and for our own ideas and our own philosophies? In 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 and 2, he talks about how people are going to depart from the faith. In 2 Timothy chapter 4, even, he says that the day is going to come when people no longer want to hear or endure sound doctrine. And my warning for you today is that you don't need to go there. Don't go to the point to where what you need from the Scriptures is something that you need to do today. The Scriptures are there to declare God and His glory and His great mercy and grace and how that applies to you and how that comes down to you. But they're not there to talk about you. They're centered on Christ and Christ alone. And Paul's concern with the churches in Ephesus was that they were beginning to teach things that were causing people to have speculations and vain discussions rather than talks about the incredible grace and mercy of God. What is it that you talk about after putting yourself under the teaching that you're surrounded by, or after studying the Scriptures? Do the Scriptures drive you to Christ or drive you to vain speculation? You need to answer that question for yourself.